Hello guys, in this video I'm going to be talking about the different ways you can actually do outreach. Just getting appointments booked into your calendar. The main reason why I want to talk about this is because it's such a big part of a business in general. There are three different main components: appointment booking, sales, and service delivery. If you don't have all three, then you'll fail. So I wanted to cover appointment booking in this video. Now, if you don't know me, I'm called Mikkel. I've built a company with my business partner Christian, where we help coaches completely automate their client acquisition through our reliable systems, because we believe coaches should be spending their time coaching instead of marketing. We live by the motto of coaches should be coaching and marketers should be marketing. Now, first, let's cover some of the different types of appointment booking systems you can have in place. First of all, there's the good old outbound or cold. Uh, the reason why you may want a cold outbound system is simply because it's one of the most instantaneous ways to get results. Just reaching out cold to people. You don't really need to like set anything up. And if you have to set anything up, it's primarily to actually warm them up. Your social media warm that up so you can DM people. Your emails have to be warmed up so that the deliverability doesn't go down to shit levels. But you can also do cold calling. Cold calling, you don't necessarily need to have anything to get it done. You can just go ahead and do cold calling straight away. That's also why cold calling is such a powerful tool. You can just instantly go ahead and cold call someone. The only thing you actually need is that phone number. But a very powerful, very important thing is also their name, because then you can say, hey, is this? And then, of course, their name. If it isn't their name, then either you've hit a gatekeeper or it's the wrong number. You'll quickly find out which it is. It just puts you in a way more advantageous position than if you didn't know their name. So yeah, that was just quickly some cold methods. There are, as I said, a ton of different cold. Literally, if you are the one to reach out to them and they don't know anything about you, then it's cold outreach. Then there's warm outreach or inbound systems. Those are primarily what you would call organic content. So would be a YouTube channel, your social media, in general, just something where you have to put stuff in, videos. It can also be a newsletter. Just you have to put something in other than just straight send it to them. There's like the middleman, which is the content itself. So they will look at the content, then they'll get to know you a little more, and then you can get them on a big meeting instead of just email. The main reason why you'd probably want a warm or inbound system is the potential it has. Cold, it's really linear, it's additive. If you send 100 emails, for example, and you book 2 calls from it, then if you send 200, you'll book 4. If you send 300, you'll book 6. But if you do inbound or warm content, warm outreach, you will find out that in the start nothing happens. You've posted for 4 months, 4 times a week, so that would be at least quick maths, like 16, more than 16 videos, and no meetings. How come? It's because you start off with a really low number, and what that number is corresponds to is the value of the content you have on your social media or your YouTube channel. Let's focus primarily on YouTube, and you can like compare it straight to social media as well, but I'll just talk about YouTube here. You just have to keep on giving value consistently. If you consistently give out the value, then of course maybe you'll start at like 0.0000000000001. But then the next video you release, then instead of 1 it's 2, then next one it's 4, then it's 8, then 16, 32, 64. Each and every single upload you put out, it times it by 2. It's exponential. And that's why warm outreach or warm inbound systems are so powerful in the long run. If you want meetings now, like literally today, when you see this video, you can't do inbound. You can't set up an inbound system and expect results like before 6 months has gone by. If you expect results before 6 months, I'm sorry to disappoint. You're delusional. You have to be pessimistic. After 6 months, then for the next 6 months, then maybe you'll get a couple of meetings. But at some point in time, if you just keep on giving out value consistently, then you will hit the point where it'll just skyrocket upwards. Because at some point in time, instead of the 0.00000000001 or however many zeros as before, I think it was 10 zeros before, at some point you'll reach above 1, and that's when it starts to actually roll. Then when you get above the 1, then you'll see that, oh, something happens, and you'll see more views, you'll see more engagement. In general, you'll just see more happening. It's because you have a library of good content they can see. If you go to the library, for example, and there's only one book, it may be a good book, but there's only one. Would you keep going to that library and check and see the same video all the time? No. You want to go to a library where there are a lot of different books, some which maybe not covers what you want, but a lot of them will. That's how you have to look at inbound systems. You have to have a lot of value, a lot of content out there before you'll actually see some results. That's the thing about inbound. You have to be consistent and you have to bring out enough value. And that's the big downside, but also the big upside. It creates a lot of discipline. Because if you miss one of the uploads, then you'll just delay the explosion, the exponential curve. Because instead of timing it by 2, multiplying it by 2, sorry. Instead of multiplying it by 2, then you'll divide it by 2 instead. And then divide it by 2 again, so divide it by 4. So if you miss one upload, it's almost like going 2 uploads back. So you have to be consistent. That's also why you may see some YouTube channels, they have thousands and thousands and thousands of videos. They have a lot of views in total, but they get no engagement or anything. That's because, they have a shitload of books, but each and every single one of those books, it's actually just one page, and that's it. Do you expect people to keep on going back and following it, and just in general wanting to learn more about them, and not booking it or even booking an appointment. You'll never get them to actually book an appointment through that. You have to bring out enough value, and that's the upside and downside to inbound. You have to be consistent, and because of that, it creates discipline, and you will reach the point where it will grow exponentially. And then we also have paid ads. Now, paid ads is a very big topic in and of itself. I won't go in too much detail in this video specifically, but in general, paid ads is input output. You put something in, you get something out. You can sort of compare it with cold outreach, because that's what it is. It's just cold outreach but paid, so you reach a larger audience without having to send, for example, more emails. It's just cold but better, but you also have to put in some money into it. So it depends, but paid ads, they are powerful, as they're mega powerful. If you do them correctly, you expect 4 times return. So you put in $1, you get $4 out. You put in 4, you get 16, 16, 64, 64, 256, and it just keeps on going. But you can also do the exact opposite. You can put in $1 and get nothing. You have to know what you do. But the best way to know that is trial and error. And the same with pretty much everything. I would say the easiest system to set up is inbound. You just have to, you already have the knowledge you have as a coach. Then you just have to say it out loud. Say it in front of a camera, like what I'm doing. Share your knowledge. And then you have an inbound system. Pretty much. Just have to stay consistent. For cold and paid ads, you have to do a lot more trial and error. But the thing with paid ads is, and why it's such a powerful tool, is it's very easy to set up. If you know what you do, it's extremely easy and quick to set up, and it's just a money printing machine then. It's so easy to scale ads. Like literally, the only thing you have to do is your card, more money in equals more money out. Instead of, for example, with cold, you'll have to set up, if you're going to do emails, you'll have to set up more emails, you'll have to set up more VAs, more automation. It just gets exponential. You get exponentially more operational drag. You don't do that with paid ads, and that's like the primary upside to paid ads is the scalability of it. You will, of course, hit a maximum, or where you'll get diminishing returns, but it's so high up that you wouldn't have to worry about it. For a lot of coaches, let's say, for example, for Christian and I, we coach coaches. Our target audience is coaches. There are millions and millions of coaches out there, and every single day there are just more. Of course, at some point we will hit the diminishing returns, but it'll probably be at like multi-8 figure, multi-9 figure even business before then. So it's really scalable. You just have to find someone who can do it correctly. Now, Christian and I, right now, as when this video is being uploaded, we have begun trying to do YouTube ads and Facebook ads. We are doing trial and error right now, For some of our clients, we're trying to figure out what works best and how to set it up correctly for almost pretty much everything about them. That's also why I won't go into too much detail about them, simply because I don't want to spread misinformation. Now I have told you a little bit about cold slash outbound outreach, warm slash inbound outreach, and paid ads. Now you just have to figure out which of them is the one you'll focus on. You can do all of the above, but in the start, to actually get your feet down on the earth, to get you established, I would recommend to pick one first of all, and then figuring it out. Then once you've figured it out and it can run without supervision, then you can go ahead and do something else. I would recommend inbound above all else as one of the things you have to do. It's easy to set up. It takes like an hour or two, maybe about 3 hours every single week, depending on how many videos you're going to upload. It just doesn't take that much time in general. But if you're already established and like just want to scale like hell, you have a lot of slots available in your calendar, and you're just ready to take on more clients, then I would highly recommend paid ads. It's the one with the second quickest results, because it's really trial and error in the beginning and really trying to reach the correct target. And then boom, it's just a money printing machine. So I would recommend, if you haven't established yourself yet, doing cold and inbound. Inbound, I would always recommend inbound, so all warm outreach. But if you're already established yourself a little, then ads and inbound. I would highly recommend doing that. Now, personally, as I said, we haven't run ads yet. We are still figuring them out, so I can't go into too much detail. But in a future video, I will cover ads in more details. It will most likely be either Facebook ads or YouTube ads at that time. But now you know the different outreach kinds: cold, warm, and paid ads. Now you just have to figure it out which way you want to go. And that was it for this video. If you are a coach struggling with client acquisition or just in need of a reliable system, then if you click on the first link down in the description, Complete Transparency, it's a sales funnel with Christian, where he'll just quickly explain what we offer and how we may potentially be able to help you. For us, it doesn't really matter if you click on the link or not, but it could potentially be beneficial for you. The primary reason why we upload these videos is to spread out information, more awareness, and in general just to help coaches like yourself. If you liked the video, of course, give it a like. If you have any questions for any outreach methods, then comment them down below and I'll take a look at them. And lastly, if you want to see more of this kind of content, go ahead and subscribe. Have a great day.